My name is Victoria Marwa Heilman. I'm an architect practicing here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I am a managing director of Alama Architecture, and I'm also a co-founder and program manager of mentoring program that is established and run by Tanzania Women Architects for Humanity. This documentary is called Women Are Builders. And the reason we chose this name is that when you look at the construction industry, the industry is contributing a lot to the economy of Tanzania. I think it's one of the top 3, but participation of women is very minimal. I am an architect, and in architecture, we look at it as the profession is mostly dominated by men. Simple statistics, when you look at the website of Architects and Quantity Surveyors Registration Board, they're publishing all registered architects in Tanzania. We're about 550, but women are making hardly 15% of that. So we want to document and show that women are building, and not just building infrastructure or like buildings and all that, but we are building communities. We are building our homes. So if you empower a woman, I think things will change for the better. So this documentary series wants to showcase what women are doing as far as construction, communities, or showing them they spearhead changes in their communities. That's what we're intending to do. So there will be many more series that are called Women Are Builders that will showcase, architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, planners, all those who are involved in the construction will be showcased in this series. And the main reason to do this is to be able to show that we have role models that are really not known, because we have a number of buildings in the city that were designed by women, but they're not really known. So we want to use this as a platform to showcase the work that has been done by women, so young generation can learn from them, and we continue to keep the history of women.
So the challenges facing us women in the industry. First and foremost, women do not have enough exposure in the industry. There are a lot of women who have brought a lot of different changes to the Tanzanian construction industry, but yet most of the society doesn't know who these women are and don't know that these changes were brought about by women. And so we need women to get more exposure. We need to see women in construction in the media. We need to see them giving talks, TED Talks, giving talks in school. We need to see a lot more conversation, dialogues between women in the industry and anybody and anyone who can listen, as well as showing these dialogues and presenting these women who have done great things to parents and children, to show them that women or little girls can one day do something as important as these women have done in the construction industry. Another problem is women face a stereotype of being incapable to work in different environments. The construction industry sometimes has projects that go on in very harsh conditions, and they usually consider that a woman cannot perform in such conditions. But a woman can. Women go to mines and they're able to become mining engineers, they're able to become civil engineers in rural road construction sites, and so it's very possible. We need to show that these stereotypes are actually wrong and they are not correct, and women can be able to perform in different conditions. But lastly, I'll have to say that another problem is there is a societal construct about women apart from being able to perform, but we are expected to become mothers and to raise families. And I'm not saying that that is wrong, but society needs to remember that that is an important role of women in society. And so the construction industry should be able to give women that flexibility to be able to go and perform their societal duties and come back and perform in the industry, because they can. With the last year, 2020 and COVID-19, we have seen that remote working and working from home is very possible. That form of flexibility should be awarded to women to allow them to take part in nurturing children and coming back to perform at the office, but also working from home, because sometimes they are able to meet their targets simply by planning their own schedule. It doesn't have to be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They can work whenever and they can still deliver. And this grace of the flexibility of working from home can also be awarded to men, because it's important to provide a conducive and cooperative environment for women to work. If men are also allowed to work from home, it means that men can partake in the duties of raising a family, and so the woman can also go to work.
Recently, I had a talk with another girl who was doing research about the same thing, like, what do you think that women face in the construction industry? And she raised something that I had also been seeing, but I didn't really think of it as something in just the construction industry. I think it's women in all workplaces. It's when the man believes that they're more dominant and they can use their position of power to make you feel low, to put you down, to ask you for favors that really have nothing to do with the work that you have to submit or the work that you have to do. So I think that's one thing that a lot of women face. It's one thing that a couple of girls that I've studied with have faced, and some are home because of that. They are home because they say that I can't do this anymore, or I can't do this at all. Like I can't go to work being scared that if I don't give this man what he wants, then I have lost the job. It's best for me to just be at peace and find something else to do. So that's one thing. Another thing is the stories and the beliefs that society has on women. Like, I have been told a lot of times, like, you're a girl, you can't do that. But then again, I say, no, I have a figure in my life, my mom, and she does everything. Before she calls a fundi, she will give it a try. And most of the time, she gets it done. So it's an inspiration to me that there is someone in my life who is hustling and who is actually making things possible. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, there's a day she broke our toilet, she found the problem, she fixed it, she put the tile, and I was like, wow, so it's possible. So I think it's also the support systems that we might have in our life. Like, not everybody is lucky to have people in their life, mentors that are mentors, but we don't really acknowledge, like our parents or friends, people who are close to us. So yeah, I think that's another problem that a lot of girls face, especially in Tanzania, because the culture of family and what they have to provide for you is limited to, like, I have to give you the basic needs and that's it. But there is also support, there is also the encouragement, and not everybody gets it.
Changamoto ni nyingi sana, na especially kama mtoto wa kike, yani unakutana na challenge nyingi sana, lakini wengi sana watakwambia wewe unaweza, wewe mtoto wa kike unafanya nini site, wewe mtoto wa kike utaweza kubeba hiki. Yani kuna ile discouragement unaipata kutoka kwa watu, lakini unachobaki unawaambia kwamba kama niliweza, nimesoma 5 years, nimeweza, kwa nini nishindwe? Nimefanya field, nimebeba hiki kitu, nimepiga nini. Kwa wanabaki kukuona, lakini baadaye, like after 2 days wanaanza kukuzoea, wanakop na wewe, wanaendana na wewe, kwa sababu unakuta kwenye ujenzi wanaume ndio wanaojenga wengi, there are very few women. Kwa hiyo unavyoenda, kama unaenda kama kumsupervise, anakudhalau. Lakini the college I have and the experience I got from the field nilivyokuwa shule inanisaidia kuendana nao, and after 2 days, maybe a week, they cope with me, we go together.
Changamoto kubwa ambayo tunaipata sisi watoto wa kike ni kwa mtu kukuamini. Yani unamwambia mimi nafanya kitu fulani. Kama siku moja yani alishawahi mtu kunifuata na ananiambia nataka kudesigniwa garden. Nikamwambia unataka requirement gani na gani? Akanambia wewe design tu yoyote. Nikamdesignia, nikamtumia. Akanambia kumbe unaweza. Ngambia na maana wewe ulitaka kunitest. Ulijua mimi siwezi. Basi sikudesigni kwa sababu ulitaka kunitesti. Basi ndio hivyo. Yani mtu mwingine anakutesti tu, anakupa tu kikazi akutesti, akuangalie wewe unaweza au huwezi. Hivyo yani anakuona mtoto wa kike huyu mdogo atakuwa hawezi. Hivyo. Hiyo ndio changamoto kubwa tunayoipata watoto wa kike. Halafu pia changamoto nyingine ambayo tunaipata, yani inaweza ikasema inafanana na hiyo, ile mtu yani anakukatisha tamaa. Yani sema mfano umeandaa kitu chako kizuri, unaenda unampelekea, kwa sababu tu ni mtoto wa kike, anakukatisha tamaa, hicho hakifanyiki hivyo, sio hivi. Lakini ukienda mtu mwingine akakionyesha kile ambacho si mwanamke, kile kitu anakiona ni kizuri, lakini kwa sababu umekifanya mtoto wa kike atakiona hivyo.
I have learned that you have to just go for it. Don't look back, don't look at whoever is saying you can't, because you can. As I have reached to some point now, I don't listen to anyone. Don't listen to people who say, okay, you are an architect, so what do you do? Can you do this? Have you ever done this? How can you do it? You are a woman. I said, yeah, I am a woman. And as women, we are multitasking robots. So I think we are good to go for whatever it is coming for us.
Wote tunaweza kufikiri, wote tunaweza kusimamia, wote tunaweza kudesign. Hakuna kitu ambacho niseme in engineering or in construction ambacho ni so strange au ni kigumu ambacho mwanamke hawezi kufanya. Kwa vyote sisi tunaweza kufanya. Kwa ile mentality ambayo ipo inafanya wanaume waone kwamba sisi hatuwezi, au they judge us by appearance, kwamba kikona na hisi hawezi, ingeondoka, ingekuwa nzuri sana. Yani wote tuonekane kwamba tunaweza, hakuna kitu ambacho hatuwezi fanya. Ningependa kushauri serikali pia iwape nafasi wanawake. Sio tu kuwapa nafasi wanawake, serikali ni sisi sote pia. Na sisi pia wanawake we should have confidence to face kile ambacho kipo mbele yetu. Wengi tunamaliza with these construction related fields, but at the end of the day unakuta mtu hafanyi construction, anafanya mambo mengine, because maybe the government haijampa chance, lakini pia because yeye mwenyewe pia hana confidence ya kufanya kile kitu ambacho amekisomea. Kwa hiyo unajua wanasema penye nia hapa na njia. Kwa hiyo if you have nia ya kufanya kitu fulani, then you can do it. Kwa hiyo I think government, yes, inatakiwa endelee kufanya empowerment, lakini sisi pia tuwe na confidence na kutamani kufikia vile ambavyo tunataka kuvifikia.
When we talk challenges, I remember when I was in second year, second year, we went for field work, the field work we do after the semester. So when I got there, they just look at you like they don't give you anything to do, because they like tell you, you're a woman, you shouldn't be doing anything hard. So like they'll give the bigger works to men and you'll be seated just doing nothing. So I used to practically spend my whole day watching movies because they didn't give me anything. And frankly, I tried to look for other work, but then they do not give you attention. Like they do not really want you there per se. So yeah, it's been a bit challenging. But since then, I have been strong, and I believe no man can tell me otherwise. Yeah.
People looking down upon you because you're a woman, and not realizing the superpower that a woman has that is beyond measure. That is the biggest challenge, where I can find myself, I'm a young woman, a young architect, and because the industry is very male dominated, I'm the project architect and I'm sitting in a meeting room, I'm surrounded by only men. And it's not even young men, I'm dealing with older men who've been in the industry for 40 years, and they're looking at a project manager who is in their 20s leading them. So obviously, to me, because my personality, I love scenarios like those. I love when somebody looks down upon you, so that it fires you up to show them, you know what, I'll prove you wrong. So that is the biggest challenge. The other challenge, obviously, is the usual misconduct of men who feel like they can, try and use you in a very unprofessional manner to allow you to get to where you want to get. Without forgetting, some of us are smart. Some of us got here by our own personal hard work and nothing else. We don't need to pita pembeni to get to where we are meant to be. So I feel like those are most of the challenges that women get, but I don't think women need to look at them as challenges. we need to look at them as just fire, like fuel to your fire, just to prove a point.
Yes, that's a straight yes. I know even with other speakers we've been speaking about the myth that this field is male dominated. That's true, that's the truth that we cannot change, but it doesn't mean that women can't. Sometimes people just need an opportunity, and this is where the society has to play a big part. We have to give young professionals, in this particular case women, opportunities to exercise what they can do or what they can bring in the industry. And I am a #1 advocate of saying yes, women can. I've been there. I'm working in a male-dominated. I can say throughout my day, I may not work with a single female throughout my day, plus times 7 days a week. And it's not rocket science. Just have to be given an opportunity, know how to do it, and do it. It's not rocket science. It's similar to men, women can do it.
What can be done to be able to put more women in the construction industries is, first of all, is we need to be able to start equipping women from a very younger age that you can. You know, the problem that we have is by the time they get to either high school or university, that's when you have to start telling someone that you can. Sometimes it gets hard. Not that that's the case for everyone, but most times. So if we can start from the moment, as women, if we can start from the moment, let's say you have a daughter, to equip her by knowing that you can. So they grow with that notion, knowing that I also can. Then we remove that notion of mathematics and engineering and architecture. It's hard, so only guys can do it. We start removing it from there. But also the other thing that we can do to encourage more women from coming in is publicizing. Because nowadays, when you look to your left, to your right, and what Dr. Vicky and the team is doing is basically publicizing and letting all women know that we're here, we've got you. You know, there's something that's very powerful for women is we know how to hold each other. So we can. And then we have some amazing men these days that really support us. Our board to begin with, AAT itself to begin with. These people try their best constantly to push women further, that this thing, women can do it, ladies can do it. So I would say, let's keep publicizing it. Let's keep doing the mentorship program. It's like being able to do sessions like this with us gives us a platform to get more people, to reach more people. Because these days, the world is on the phone. So even if somebody cannot afford a TV, for sure somebody can afford a phone. So if you go to the Instagram page or whatever, you find there, you sit, you see Sayuni talking, and you're like, who's this lady? I think I can also do it, or I want to be like her. So let's keep doing this. I'm really impressed with the fact that we get to do things like this. We get to do mentorship program. I'd suggest we keep doing them. And the university is already doing its part. The architects and interior designers and registration boards are already doing their part. So I believe we're on a good track. We're on a good track.
I think one of the key challenges is actually feeling part of the industry, because it is a predominantly male industry, both here in Tanzania and across the world. So kind of feeling like you belong, feeling like you have a right to be at the project meetings, that you have something to contribute. I think it's a sense of confidence and self-confidence. Show your capabilities and show your talents as a woman in construction. Yeah. And there are some role models around as well, and maybe women could kind of hear about those at university or even at school, to see different women who are successful in the industry, and some women they can kind of be inspired to.
I make a call to all women to inspire one another, that it is possible to be in the construction industry, to be an architect, to own land, to build your dream home. And you can call on all of us, not only even the women, even the men, also in our field, to support you, for you to be able to reach your dreams.
Are we women ready to fight? Are we women ready to stand into this construction field? Yes, we are. Why? Because from beginning we were thought to be at lower stage, that we can't, but at right now, we are all getting high GPA at schools. When we just completed our education, we have good grades, and also at site we work diligently, and also we can design. We have programs that enable us, that simplifies our works, and also we are multitask. We can do all. You just find us at site, you find us working, but in a peaceful way. We are people who will make sure everything is done in a correct way. So we are ready to be in a construction industry.
So we believe this documentary is going to be viewed and it's going to change so many people in a number of ways. If we start at the family level, we have parents who are working so hard to tell their children, go and study this subject because women are doing that. Or don't study construction-related subjects because this is only for men. So we want also parents to know that women can do this. Women are builders. And another reason we're doing this documentary, if you walk at the construction sites, even road construction sites, you will see signs that are saying men at work. So for any person seeing that kind of sign, men at work, and you only see men working, if you see a woman, mostly you'll find maybe a woman has like a flag showing like pass or stop, but they don't do any other things. So those are the kind of things that we want our community to learn, that women can also be part of the construction industry and they can do any type of work that men are doing. That's why we're coming up with Women Are Builders. But this does not mean we're pushing men away, no. In most of our programs, we work with men and they're really supporting our programs. And for this, we also want men to help us, support women at your workplace, at your family, everywhere you are interacting with them, to be able to get that confidence to stay in the industry.